Hello, everybody. Can you see me and hear me? We gotta wait like 2 minutes to start because I have an Instacart order pulling up in literally a minute and there's almond milk in it. So, just give me 1 minute and then we'll get started. Ow. I just kicked my desk. Let's start with the blueprint passage. Wait, can you hear me? Okay, cool. Thank you, Jody. All right, let's start with the blueprint passage and then I'm gonna grab that stuff and bring it inside really quick when she pulls up. Okay, so we're at the root chakra. This is not a gentle gate. It brings up fear. Old wounds around safety, worth, and support rise to the surface. You may feel overwhelmed or alone. You may want to isolate or control everything just to feel stable. These are natural responses to instability. But part of the work here is to sit with those responses without becoming them. The pause before panic, to ground before acting, to find stillness inside the spin. So grounding is the energy of the day. Hold on, let me see where this lady's at. It says arriving now. Oh, she's outside. Okay. Okay, let me go grab that really quick. I will be right back. Okay, now we can get started. Why is this not playing? There we go. Oh, of course I turn it up to the F word. Okay, sorry everyone. Let's get started. Let me go back to the top. Four-card interpretation. Ten of Swords, Death, the Sun, Knight of Swords, no reversals. Ten of Swords. So you're going, sorry, just like ran up and down the steps. You're going, okay, so maybe you feel like you are at the end of a marathon here, right? Not that that was a marathon, I'm being dramatic, what I just did, but you might feel like that. Now you're going from a painful ending into a rebirth so that you can see yourself showing up more fiercely, more unapologetically. So I would say yes. Knight of Swords is like, I'm ready for whatever. Message from guides for the week ahead. You're getting the next piece of some kind of solution. It's going to be up to you how to put it into action, but you're getting the piece of the puzzle. Will getting on hormone replacement therapy help with my menopause side effects? It's almost like it replaces one side effect for another. Like 3 and 3, like yes and no, it helps this but doesn't help that, or it helps this but makes that out of alignment. So it's kind of like it would probably help but then also produce other side effects. Are people starting to see that my family and past people that stole from me are liars and false? No, because they're heavily playing offense, so that doesn't happen. Two of Pentacles in reverse. I was like, is that story starting to slip? Or is that an abundance of caution so stories don't slip? And that's when I got the playing offense card. So it's like they're heavily trying to make sure that people don't start to see it that way. Spinning the web. Something I need to know. That person didn't hurt you because of you. That person hurt you because they themselves are not ready to face some kind of vulnerability that you shine a light on. There's nothing you could have done differently. What is the future of my current employment? What is the future of my current employment? I feel like something that you're waiting for to change doesn't change negatively, but also doesn't really change positively either. It's like there's this lull or this waiting period where you're kind of expecting the other shoe to drop and then it doesn't. And then it feels like things improve, but after a long period of time. What is going on with my health? What is going on with my health? Wands and wands, they're back to back. It's like two things are not working together cohesively, like the flow between, I don't know, it's almost like the brain is giving codes to the body and the body's not flowing. I almost knocked my water over. The body's not flowing something between two things that function in tandem. So, I mean, that could be literal, like a body part that we have two of, or that could be like hormones and energy level or something like that. But it's like locking you out of recovery. But there is some kind of recovery. It's just you have to identify the problem first, and you haven't. I would look into like hormone type things. It feels like there's some imbalance there. Or something similar. Is the realtor telling us to sell SW house so low because he has someone interested in it? Yes. It's giving calculation. Like 8 of cups, 5 of pentacles in reverse is like, I sat and thought about how to make this happen for who? Hermit, hanged man, the one person that either I owe a favor to or I'm trying to get in their good graces or something like that. Or trying to get in the good graces of someone connected to someone that I'm trying to get this deal for. Do you think I will be fulfilled by starting my YouTube true crime channel, and will it be profitable? I think it's going to be a period of trial and error. I don't think you're going to jump right into profit, but that's okay. That's normal. And I'm zooming in here to see the cards better. It's like you need to kind of find the thing to zoom in on to like maybe create a series out of or something like that to try and filter in the people. But this is like a steady buildup. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a steady buildup. And there, with the Fool in reverse, there's a lot of trial and error. What works, what doesn't. But with the zoom in thing I did, I feel like finding your thing to zoom in on is very important. So I feel like it could lead to that, but it's in your level of patience with it, I guess I'd say. Will A get approved for medication? Will she lose weight on it? I feel like there's a delay, which is like needing to kind of go back and forth with the approval. But then with the Lovers, I feel like there's an eventual decision for the approval to go in her favor. But Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I don't know. I would be mindful of making sure that habits change as well and not just fully relying on the medication, because Queen of Pentacles in reverse to me is like, will she lose weight or will A lose weight? Yeah. But will it come back just as quick if the body gets used to the medication or the medication stops? Yeah. So it's like not just the medication, habits need to change as well to make it sustainable or maintainable. How will Jack get in Canada next week? Why is that reversed? How will he get in? I feel like he gets in. There may be a delay in getting back out, though. I feel like getting in is fine, but then there's maybe a it doesn't feel like anything bad happens. It just feels like there may be a delay in getting back out. But it feels like I get in fine with the Page of Pentacles. But I don't think it's like stuck there permanently. I think it's just like some trouble with confirming something on the way out or something like that. Is this lifetime the first you and I have interacted? Oh, let's see. Oh dear. That wanted to come out too. Oh, interesting, because that would be a team effort. I would say no. Playing offense against the devil to bring light to the darkness together. I would say no. Not the first time. Guidance from higher self and guides. Hearing the word environment, like maybe you're not recognizing some bit of your environment feeling suffocating right now. And like the way to nurture yourself internally is to help your external match your internal, because internally you feel more expansive than external environment. That can be like literal or that can be energetic and like the people, but it kind of feels like literal, like your space. It's almost like needing kind of a spring cleaning for something that feels constrictive right now because of what it's symbolic of. Let me go to this list. Would it be more beneficial to put energy into finding a second job or focusing on my Etsy? Second job, Etsy. Second job is going to get you to where you need to be faster. Then you'll have more energy because you'll be focusing less on stress and more on abundance mindset once you see money coming in from second job. I feel like Etsy isn't something you should give up on, though. It's just 8 of Swords, King of Cups in reverse, not something that's going to fill the cup quick enough to how full you need it when you need it full. You know what I mean? So I feel like, could you do a second job, but then devote a certain amount of time to like, even if it's just 20 minutes a day, like working on something that will be a project for Etsy or something? Like, don't give up on it. Keep it on the back burner. But I feel like you need something more sooner and quicker. Is Sammy taking me serious about CT? What is Sammy's feelings? I'm hoping that this doesn't go in the way that you're saying it's going to go, but I'm getting a little scared it's gonna. Almost like I'm hoping you're not right, or I'm hoping the intensity doesn't match what you're saying it does, but I'm slowly realizing that you're right. Like if I'm the other person saying that to you. I don't know how to word that though in terms of how you worded the question. Is this person taking you seriously? It's kind of giving serious as a heart attack. Like, I'm taking you so seriously that I'm scared of it, so I'm trying to avoid it. Does my mom have any advice for me? Does my mom have any advice for me? Is there more to the story? Look beyond what was said. Body language, behaviors, small hesitations. Playing offense to connect. You are playing offense to connect the dots. Does your mom have any advice for you? Yeah, listen to your intuition. Stop doubting yourself. She's like, every time your intuition pings like a text message, it's her. Like, your intuition is the way that she sends you text messages to be like, hey, pay attention to that. Hey, you're picking up on this too, right? Hey, subtle clue. Hey, body language. She's like, that's me. Oh, she's playing chess. Give Heaven Some Hell by Hardy. She's showing you everything that needs to be seen. You just need to trust it. And on the bottom of the deck is the P.S. I am so proud of you. You don't hear it enough card. So that's part of it too. God Only Knows by For King and Country started playing. One more and then back to the other list. Will Idaho 4 corruption be unveiled? Thank you. Will it be unveiled? One person really wants to bring some kind of clarity now that there's a finalization here. But it's not Brian. So will it be revealed? Oh. I would say yes, but it's going to be some time. I would say, oh, my mouse is stuck in between the screens. Okay. Message for Dan on his birthday and a song to reflect the upcoming year. This is the year of finding out why what didn't work out was actually in his favor. Hold on. Rome by Dermont Kennedy is the song. And I kind of feel like that other one too, the first one that came out, but I forget what it was. Hold on. How to Be Alone by Rachel Gray. It's like he had to learn how to be alone to rebuild his Rome. Please ask my main guide at the moment to describe their role in my life. How do I word that? Helping you start to realize that just because some of your pain didn't get to be witnessed by others doesn't mean that you still can't release it. Like, you witnessing the pain, like almost like you felt like people wouldn't believe you if you told them the entirety of something. And this is the guide that's like, I believe you and I actually saw it, so I would know. So it's like that, like trying to help you release in that way. How does Bryant currently feel about me? Like, you're lucky charm. Oh, geez Louise. Oh crap, I can't believe this person's actually paying attention to me because they're out of my league. Yeah, 4 of Swords as the underlying energy. Like, give me a minute. I need to calibrate that this is actually happening. It's either giving like romance or business, like a lucky ticket, like good luck charm type of thing. Any messages / blessings for the next week or so? Let's see. Cards won't shuffle. I mean, I guess you could view it as a blessing, but it's almost like you're finally, like, you're seeing in real time that stuff that used to trip you up, you just Like, you just keep it moving. So I don't know if it's gonna feel like a blessing, because in order to have that experience, something needs to have annoyed you. You know what I mean? So it might not feel like a blessing, but it's like a blessing in disguise. Yeah, because what used to be able to pull you out of alignment can't. But it's like you can't see that unless it really tests you. My results came back normal, so why do I still feel ill? Do you remember what I said in the other one? The time I forget, I said something to you about this a bit ago. Do you remember what I said? I want to try and add it into this. Is there someone around you that is trying to hide their illness? It's almost like you can't stop thinking about, if they're hiding it, what does that mean? What's the extent of it? And I'm almost wondering if it's like psychosomatic, like you're picking up, because this is empathy to the highest level, and not your body sabotaging it, but empathy to the highest level. So that to me could be like psychosomatic. Like you are literally physically picking up on someone else's energy because of your deep worry for them. And I feel like it has a lot to do with, you feel like they're not telling you the extent of it, so you can't detach from it. And your body's like, okay, this must be mine. You know what I mean? Let me know if that makes sense. Are the courts starting to see that I never did anything wrong? What are the courts feeling? No. Um, I guess I'd say the courts view it as life and or people wronged you, but in your attempt to right the wrong or defend yourself, it feels like they view it as you may have crossed lines. Because High Priestess in reverse, the Fool in reverse. I don't know. It's almost like they feel they're viewing it as the other side didn't play by the rule, or they're viewing it as you didn't play by the rules, but in reality it's the other side that didn't play by the rules. But because they didn't play by the rules, they're able to make it look like you didn't play by the rules. And the court's not seeing that clearly yet. Message from spirit team and a token. Where can I put that? It's a horseshoe with number 111. It's almost like something that it wasn't time for the first go around. You're looping back around to have the experience again, but in a positive way. Whereas before it may have caused anxiety. This is like, it's not going to throw you off balance like it would have the first go around, because you're looping back around for it when you're ready. Because 111 is alignment. So trust the experience that's coming in, even if it feels like it has a tinge of like past energy that wasn't positive, because it may have that remembrance, but it's not the same energy, if that makes sense. What are the intentions behind my schedule being set the way it is, out of what's best for me and my students, or just to make it difficult for me? To make it difficult for you. Someone is poking the bear. I clarified Ace of Pentacles with Temperance in reverse. So it's like, that's the poke. And I said, what's the poke for? Temperance in reverse is to cause an imbalance, to try and get you to act out of character. And this is like yin yang, because one's up, one's down, and the middle is the battle. It's almost like they're trying to get you to be like, you're doing this to spite me, so they can be like, okay, you're being a little dramatic. Like they're trying to do that. Poke the bear. Is it a good time to remodel my kitchen? Yes. I feel like this is like you've waited long enough. Like now you have the ideas and you have either the funding or the ability to get the funding or the patience, whatever it was. It's like before you had one and not the other, maybe not the time or something like that, but now you have both sides of what you needed. Oh, this is a good question. I'm catching up on videos. I'm going to be honest with everyone in September. I'm a tad bit overwhelmed. So that's why there hasn't been videos. But I will be, as Gavin starts school on the 5th. So that second week of September, we'll be back rolling with videos. My birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday. Anything I need to know or special angel? Birthday is tomorrow. You completed the cycle of questioning your worth every time something went wrong. Yeah, no more self-sabotage. So this year that you're going into, you can trust your decision making a little more because you're coming from a place of not trying to prove your worth to yourself, but knowing it to be true. So that's a positive thing. Will I find a job soon? What time frame? Will I find, I think I've bent these cards too much. Will I find a job soon? Not as soon as you'd like. You are going to find one. I would say 9 feels significant because this is kind of like on a side, like a 9 would be. 9 to 11 weeks. I don't think it would be months. It feels sooner than that. But it feels like this is, you're going to get something that you get news you didn't get it. You know how some places won't call you? This is like you get news that you didn't get something. And then 9 to 11 weeks after that is when this new job comes in. Will Chris Watts' mistress, Nicole, ever be charged criminally, or will new evidence surface regarding her involvement in the crime? We can hope, right? She's worried about it. A release of what? Release of prison? Release from prison. Release from prison would be Chris because he's in prison. Let me say bless you to Gavin 1 second. So he would be in prison. It feels like it's almost like a purposeful release that is meant to start to get the wheel turning on something. Yeah, Ace of Cups. That's the release. I don't know. I feel like it's up in the air depending on how whatever comes out is silenced by the Nicole camp. How is A feeling towards me? Avoiding conversation because they feel like they don't have answers that you would want. I don't know. It's kind of giving, I know you could help me in some way, but I'm holding back. Or I know I could fix this, but I'm holding back. Or I know this could be deeper, but I'm holding back. Something like that. Could it be the insight I had last night about how I could release something to move forward is a major piece of the puzzle that I've been missing? Yes. 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 Big yes. But it's almost like it came now because you wouldn't have understood it as you did last night before. Like you had something shift that allowed you to say, okay, I can observe this and take it for what it is, instead of when it came up, you being like, no, it can't be that. It has to be this or that. Like you just, like a healthy level of detachment allowed you to see it properly. Let me go to this list. Birthday, I don't know why did I said birthday on Sunday. What do I need to know? Maybe you're getting ready to fly since I called it your bird day. It's like spirit sending someone in unexpectedly to support you in a way that you need. It doesn't feel like this is coming in immediately. This could be a deepening of an already existing connection. It kind of feels like a new friendship or something like that. Or you're getting some kind of leading by example anchor that you can anchor to. But either way, it's like spirits gifting you the presence of someone else to move something forward for you. It's something you can trust. Happy birthday. I recently found out that Kevin is a high level soulmate. Is there a future with him? Jeez. It's like this person was placed in your path to help you remember who you are to some degree. Like a lesson you weren't able to learn previously about your worth when it comes to moving forward. It's giving I don't chase, I attract. But if I'm not attracting the level of connection that I'm seeking, it doesn't mean that I can't attract. It means that it's my power to decide what I release. It feels like that. Message for anything upcoming. Anything upcoming. Oh. Clarity. Clarity that you weren't wrong about something in regard to family. It's almost like you already know something to be true, but you never had full confirmation. So you're always kind of not questioning yourself, but like, okay, I know I'm right, but I don't know I'm right. So there's almost like this guilt that's like over there. You're like, I hope I never have to feel it, but I can't ever be sure. So I'm going to leave it in the room with me for now. You're about to be able to let it out of the room because you're getting some kind of confirmation that you were right. It's like clear as day. You can't miss it. I almost want to word it as like a painful blessing. You're like, okay, that sucks, but at least I can kind of put it to bed now. Is my mom with my sister on the other side? Do they have a message? It's my mom. I just saw the hospital bed card and that felt significant. Sword from the stone. The thing I wish I had done differently is spent more time appreciating what truly mattered. Are they together on the other side? Big yes. Sword from the stone is giving conversations that they never got to have when they were here. They're now having over there. Oh, One Call Away by Charlie Puth. Yeah, and you can talk to us anytime you want. Little group chat. And it's the I love you card with the angel. Interest is history on the card. I would say your mom and your sister probably have some history together. Probably a lifetime of it. What's the message? The devil is at work on your mind to try and get you to quit. Do not quit. Healing and relief. You're the star. Don't allow repetitive thoughts to knock you down like a bulldozer. That feels like your sister saying that. What should I post on social media to promote my Etsy? Trying to think of something off the beaten path that's not general messages. Touching a part of the emotional maturity that the competition is not. What could you offer for free as an anchor? Like, let's do this journal prompt together. This is just an example. I don't know what exactly you're doing on yours, but like, let's do this journal prompt together today. And then I show you how to do it. And then you can go do it in your life. Like something like that, that like translates. for whatever your niche is specifically. Message from my guides with a song. So I feel like both of these go. The first one is Timmy's Got a GUN. And the second one is Wake Me Up by Avicii. That quote that's like, it ain't so fun when the rabbit's got the GUN. You're about to see clear as day that you didn't need anything outside of you to make something happen. It's like you clawed through something. That quote that's like, everything I ever let go of had claw marks on it. You didn't let go of something being true or something being potentially achievable, and you're about to see why. I think I skipped one. Will my husband meeting his biological father's family be healing to him? Are my visions of it accurate? It feels like, yes, it's going to be very healing because it's going to help him understand himself on a level that he wouldn't otherwise be able to. However, it may also kickstart a dark night of the soul, because finding out that kind of energetic blueprint, it's almost like now his brain is going to go back in with the knowledge of that thumbprint. Let's look at it like a thumbprint. Now his brain knows what the thumbprint looks like. So now he's going to take that thumbprint that he now knows. He's always questioned, what does it look like? Now he knows. He's going to take that and try and put it into every different situation, either subconsciously or consciously, and try and figure out, how much did this thumbprint have to do with why I made that decision or why I handled this that way? So it's not necessarily like a typical dark night of the soul. It's more like his brain on one of those revolving doors, but like it's spinning. It's spinning. It kind of feels like that. Not in a negative way, just in like a soul consuming type of way. Not in a bad way though. Not like I'm sucking the soul out. Just like my soul's busy trying to recalibrate my whole life. Are your visions of it correct? I would say no. I mean, I feel like there's a fear you have, and the fear is not correct. If that makes sense. All right, one more and then back to the other list. Message from my guides with a token. An atom, DNA, 59. You're about to get another piece of yourself. I feel like this kind of has to do with what you asked earlier. It's like whatever experience you're meant to have next, it might not be the ideal experience because there's something else that you desire more, but whatever stepping stone you're about to be on, it's giving you knowledge about something else that you need for the next step. It's like you need to collect this token to pass go. You need another piece of yourself, like what you're capable of or something in that arena. All right, let me find my mouse. Message about what's been going on with my kids and their dad. Come on home and let yourself heal. Heartbeat Here by Dashboard Confessional. As you take one step or make one decision, the next step will be revealed. This is something where I feel like there's frustration and feeling like you don't know what to do or you don't know what comes next. but it's meant to be that way because there's some heaviness to this with the 10 of Pentacles, Justice in reverse. It's being opened like a flower, like in your mind, like one petal at a time of understanding, because that's how you can best handle it. And I feel like the message is to trust that there's some divine timing in the unfolding of things and you're not behind in your understanding. I think that that's the message. How will my meeting go with the VP of HR she requested when she travels to my location? You're going to feel on the defense and like you're not being heard out. Maybe it's like literally not giving you time to talk, or maybe it's like you're talking and I'm just already in a mode of what I'm going to say to you to rebuttal what you're saying. I don't think it's worst case scenario. I just feel like you feel unheard or misunderstood. How does D feel about me now? How does D... Unable to emotionally outsmart you. Hold on, let me reword that. Scratch that. Your emotional intelligence makes them want to avoid you, because it's like I don't know what to say in certain situations because you see me too clearly. Is there a high probability for a healthy, loving, romantic relationship in the future, or is it better to maintain my solo mode for this lifetime? I feel like right now there's a need to learn to trust yourself again. And I feel like that has to come from other relationships, friendships, coworkers, acquaintances, whatever. You need to see yourself in action, reading red flags and taking appropriate action. That shouldn't be just jumping into the relationship and being like, oh, there's a red flag, now I'm going to leave, because then it's putting you backwards in your healing. So I feel like the time will come, but you need that self-trust first. And I feel like it's maybe that's difficult to understand because you're like, but I know that I can read red flags. Like if I see a red flag, I know what happens. I'm out of there. But I feel like there's a difference between knowing it and seeing yourself doing it. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's just a period needed of that first. Random deck and message. Oh, this one. I feel like this one actually is very fitting for you. Quiet Rebel Oracle. I just got this the other day. Let's see. What's the vibes you're stepping into? Fork in the road, crossroads, and on the bottom of the deck, the last laugh with triumph. So you're approaching a fork in the road, but you need to trust your intuition because you are going to make the right decision. You just need to trust the decision that you make when you make it, and clarity, 7 of Cups in reverse, and not have buyer's remorse before enacting the decision after making the decision. Message from guides to get me moving out of this lethargy. What's that quote that I did a reading on the other day? It's like, humans are made to create. So when all you are doing is consuming, it is like a depression of your system. So just start creating, whether that's moving your environment around, whether that's some kind of art, whether that's some kind of writing, whether that's some kind of expression, whatever it is, just start creating. It's going to put you back into an expansive state, and then an object in motion stays in motion. So you'll keep the momentum, you just have to get it moving. Feels like right now there's some avoidance by consumption. So like I'm distracting myself, but it's not allowing me to create. I'm only taking in instead. Will H's attorney handle her case well? I feel like there's hope, but it feels like it's a situation where there's a lot of things that aren't typical. Like maybe this attorney is one that is like by the book, and this requires them to think a little bit more out of the box, and that may be something that they hesitate to do fully. So I feel like they're going to do their best for her, but there may just be some things that aren't necessarily what they're used to dealing with. Why is things changing with my oldest? Why is things changing with my oldest? I feel like it's not you. It's things that they intended to go a certain way are not. Plans have kind of fallen apart and they feel at a standstill. And it feels like because of that, there's this retreat of, I don't really know what to do. So I'm kind of putting myself into that like fawn state, like frozen. I think I have members only on. Hold on, let me check. 1 second. Pretty sure I did it. Customization. Yeah, it's on members. Okay. Where did I go? My husband has been saying I've been talking in my sleep every night to something or someone. This is new. I'm very interested if it's someone who passed. Do you have a connection to a female who passed? Maybe a grandmother, mother, aunt, someone who would view you, Page of Cups, as like I want to protect you like my child, or literally my child. King of Wands in reverse. I can best communicate with you when you're not distracted. Advice from my guardian angel. Just because things don't always pan out the way you intended when you made a choice doesn't mean you made the wrong decision. Sometimes we make the decision that is an anchor point or a pivot point, like I'm looking over there and I see plan A or plan B. Can't see my hand. Plan A or plan B. Now there's a line of trees here. So I need to walk towards plan A or plan B. And then I can see a clearing where I'm like, oh, there's plan C. Wouldn't have never saw that if I didn't walk towards plan A and plan B. So it's like that. It's like, and I'm looking down at the fork in the road card that I pulled a little bit ago. It's like you made the right decision. And just because there's a pivot happening doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision before. Why does my aunt CG ghost my mom? What is she feeling towards her and why? Well, that's your mom. Oh, jealousy. Your mom triggers her jealousy or insecurities. Yeah, her confidence. I can't get past your confidence. It's giving, how did we start in the same place and we're not in the same place now? Like emotionally, energetically, financially, physically, whatever. Like we started together and you're past me. I don't like that. What is she feeling towards her now? Triggered. Anytime I'm near you, you just reflect back to me my defeat. It's like she's in a secret competition with your mom, and your mom just is not aware that this is happening because she doesn't understand why it would be happening. She's like, I don't want to compete with you. Message of guidance. Message of guidance. You're finally stopping the energy of waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you need to celebrate that a little bit more. You're allowing yourself to be positive and not be positive with like a time limit. Like, okay, I was positive for an hour, let me go back. Like, you're allowing yourself to continue to move forward. So don't look for the backward step because it's not coming. The thing that's currently inspiring me, what do I need to know? What do I need to know? You're going to be inspired by this to change something that leads to like a domino effect. It's like you're going to be inspired to start to do something differently because of this inspiration. And it's almost like it changes a program for yourself that you've been running for a while. Like I always do things this way. I never thought about doing them a different way. Now all of a sudden, boom, that changes everything. It's like a ripple effect. My boss, Karen, pulled a dirty move on me this week. What is going to be the outcome for me over the next 6 months? I mean, the light will win in the end, but it's going to be a minute. Next 6 months. I feel like it's going to take about 8 months to clear this up. I feel like it'll be cleared up, but it's going to take a while. I don't know. It's like some kind of exposure in an unexpected way, not of you, but of the bad part. Message from Paul about where I am in life. Also, what did the dragonfly mean? You learned a lesson that you struggled to learn the first and second go around. So that's very positive. Yeah, healing. What did the dragonfly mean? You aren't realizing that you learned. The dragonfly appeared shortly after there was an example of you learning the lesson. Like you showed up for yourself in a way that you typically wouldn't, or you, I don't know, you showed that you have discernment from a previous experience. The dragonfly was him being like, hey, you just did it. Hello, are you paying attention? That. Let me go to this list. I've always been my own worst enemy, but I'm slowly working on it. You are so welcome. Let me see what shadow. What is the shadow right now that acts as the biggest attempt to be a self enemy? I don't know if I worded that in a way that made sense, but I think you get it. Ghost of potential and sleeping gift in reverse and kept silence. You're no longer sleeping on yourself. You're no longer just silencing, hiding yourself. You're allowing yourself to take up space. So what's the biggest shadow right now? Every time you feel compelled to shrink, do the opposite. Take up space. It'll break the cycle. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles, mind, body, spirit connection. Message from my brother, Angelo, and a song. Message from Angelo. Okay, so Angelo threw this card under my little thing. Hold on. I need to get it. But also, I didn't realize that war was under there from my other deck in reverse. And we have a rose. So Angelo is like, here, take this rose. The war is over. The battle is over. Oh, Better Days by the Goo Goo Dolls. Angelo is like putting on a whole production. All right. The challenge you're facing now is teaching you, 876, that even pain has a purpose in your journey, and 5 is symbolic of change. So Angelo just did a little musical to tell you that whatever battle you've been facing is coming to an end, and you should be very proud of yourself for the way that you handled it. You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson. Obviously. Holiday, 4th of July has some significance. Any message from my loved ones? Message from my loved ones. Something unresolved started in the summer. What happened that year? So either someone's birthday or passing being in the summer, be that person letting you know what's going to happen by the end of this summer, which is very soon. Something that has been held back and on some bit of delay that you haven't had clarity on, the battle is coming to an end. So you've been feeling like you've been held back and the grip is about to be released so that you can move forward. New member, thank you. Oh. You do not owe your side of the story to anyone. It is not your responsibility to correct any misconceptions or validate any rumor that has your name. Sometimes silence is the best response. And just so everyone knows, the guidebook for this is on my Stand store now. There's a free PDF version. You don't need to have the deck. You can use it as an oracle book. And then Amazon is giving me a hard time with my cover photo, so that will be available soon. But anyway, that guidebook is on my Stand store. There's a free PDF on there. Thank you. I don't know if you also sent Kathy. I don't see one. Let's see what you need to know. You're meant to be doing something to transmute whatever it was that turned your world upside down. It's like you have the wisdom, you have the discernment. Now, what can you create with it? Whether that's advice for someone that may need it, whether that's an art project or a new creative expression or a new upgrade to the way that you show up. It's like there's energy just sitting inside of you wanting to be released, and that's what the need to transmute is. It almost kind of feels like you may feel like a soda bottle that's been shaken up and you're like, I don't know why I feel this way. It's because it wants to move through you. Bring on the Rain by Joe D. Messina. And maybe also have a good cry. New member, thank you. This chapter of your life is called The Things I Desire Are No Longer Negotiable. If you plant the seed and water it, it will sprout. Where you put your energy is where you will get results. How am I starting to be viewed at new job? What is to come? How will I do my school wellness? How are you starting to be viewed? As someone who has solutions or someone who... Let's see what this card is in a second. It's giving like, put it on her desk. She'll know what to do with it. Yeah, the world. She'll know how to wrap it up or bring it to solution. How will you do in your school wellness? I feel like there's still more work to do in understanding how people will best receive the information, which will probably come through trial and error. I was wondering, will I find out what is going on with my health, and is my dad watching over me? Yes, you will. Seven of Pentacles in reverse is like like a specialized testing. Like it's something that's not going to be found the typical route of discovery. It's like you need to test for this specifically type of thing, or like look at this specifically to do some kind of trial and error. Like if we give this and it produces these results, it means that this is the hidden factor. Like it kind of feels like that. You're going to find it out, but it's a needing to collect data points, and I don't know how else to word it besides trial and error. Like putting things into an Excel spreadsheet and then being like, does this work with this? No. Okay, so it's not that. It feels like that. There's some complication to it. Is your dad watching over you? You don't feel him, but he is. Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse. You don't feel him. I almost want to say because there's some kind of disengagement from your emotions. Like there's something you're trying to not feel right now, which is understandable, but it feels like that's why you're struggling to feel him to the depth that you would like to. But he's like, you can do it. You can feel it. Amazing Grace by Elvis Presley. Oh yeah, I want you to open your heart to the future because I'll be there in spirit. Is he there? Yes. You don't feel him, but he's there. And the lemons is like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So you're going through some stuff right now, but he's like, there's a way to make the most out of it, I guess. Okay. Was Seymour Epstein Jess's dad a psychiatrist who worked on advanced weaponry and laser-guided intelligence with the Rosenbergs unalive for espionage? Yes. That's like yes, exclamation point, exclamation point. Did Jeff have a sis Jane? A hidden sister, maybe. Purposefully hidden, I would say. That was so direct. What wound do I need to heal in order to end my cycle of never being totally satisfied in relationships and to stop cheating thoughts? Empty nesting, loneliness, and amid constant doing. So you overgiving. Hollow embrace in reverse. Shattered compass. It's like you see people's potential and you're like, okay, they'll be deep enough for me. But it's almost like you're standing in the shallow end of their pool and you're like, I'm pretty sure that the deep end is 8 feet, so this should work. And then when you start to actually venture out to the deep end of the pool, it gets to 5 feet and you're like, it's not going any deeper. It's not covering my head. It's not deep enough. I feel like it's not necessarily a wound. It's not giving people access until you see for sure how deep that is. Because if it's not deep enough, you're going to get bored. And you're going to, shattered compass, feel like, okay, what do I do now? Let me self-sabotage. So I feel like it's that, just not going off of the potential, but actually testing the waters and being like, is this 8 feet or is it just 5? Will I get pain relief from the new meds, and do I need to clear anything for greater success? I feel like you're going to get relief, but there's a process of like adjusting maybe the levels or something. Like maybe you realize it's too much and they lessen it, or vice versa, or something like that. So there's like a adjustment period, but I do feel like it's going to help. Is there anything you need to clear for greater success? Stress of your mind, mental stress, surrendering to being the observer of your thoughts and not judging yourself for them. frustration. Work on how you talk to yourself when you're frustrated. How will S do on her mountain bike race in Switzerland? That sounds cool. Might not place as high as S would like. Like I'm not all the way fulfilled by the end, but I did do my best. Temperance can be a slower moving card, so it just to me kind of feels like I don't get as high up in placement as I'd like, but that can change. I mean, you can knowing that now go into it being like, no, I'm going to train harder, but it just feels like there's going to be a little bit of dissatisfaction with that, but nothing bad happens. It goes well. Is there a guidance message for me? There's gonna be. It's like your higher self is releasing some kind of information to you in due time. Like something happens externally and you're like, wow, where did that understanding come from? That moment is gonna happen for you. Yeah, you're getting in a big way too. It's almost like you feel like your higher self opened this closet door and all of these codes came out and you're like, I understand a whole chapter of my life better now, but you realize it in the moment through something that is like the opening of the door. What do I need to know in a song? Song is just about the change. So let's see. Oh, no, it's not. I'm Still Standing by Elton John. Oh, dear. You may feel like you're barely still standing, but you're still standing. There's a need to trust that you're going to be given directions from spirit, but it's like when the time has come to act on them and not earlier, so that you don't sit there and overthink about them and talk yourself out of what you're understanding. So I want to say you're going to get some kind of clarity that feels like coming to a clearing and you're like, oh, there's the answer. You're meant to act on it. When you get the answer, you'll know. And you'll be given that because you don't try and pressure it into being before ahead of time. Like your divine patience is what gives you the key. Message from Dad about Jared. The path ahead of you isn't as uncertain as you think. Okay, so here's some clarity from Dad about Jared. That's pretty simple. Don't distrust the patterns that you're recognizing. Allow them to be what fills in any blanks for you so that you can act accordingly or choose accordingly. And this three is the 3 of Wands. So that would be your third eye and your intuition. Live Like You Were Dying by Tim McGraw, and it's breaking out of an eggshell. Whatever is happening is leading to some kind of rebirth for you, but you need to trust your intuition to get there. Is there a Florida trip in my near future? Is there a Florida trip in my near future? I wouldn't say near in the way that you mean near, because it feels like there's a need to get ducks in a row, but other things are in alignment. It's like you have the money and the time, but not the plans, or like something along those lines. My money has recently stopped flowing in. Is someone sending negative energy trying to block me? Yes, but it's like it comes in and it presents as a test for you. Like, do you see yourself as worthy? Are you going to self-sabotage? Right now, what's being tested is your patience. Will you still keep the faith when it doesn't look like you should externally? And then after you do, it just boomerangs back to them. So it'll go away, but it does feel like there is something, yeah. Will I continue to get 12-hour shifts for my job, or will I get redux? It's confusing. I feel like you continue for now and then it eventually gets reduced. Something you're worrying about eventually becomes a yes, eventually comes to fruition. But right now, karma's playing offense. I feel like right now it stays good, but in time it gets reduced. You have more time than you think, though. Will the US replace the dollar with digital currency within the next 2 years, and will a standard income for each citizen be implemented? They're working on it, but it might not be fully in place within the next 2 years. It might not be fully replaced, but it's going to be very prevalent. It's going to be louder than we expect it to be, but won't be the only thing, is kind of how I want to word that. Will a standard income for each citizen be implemented? What was that, a tow truck that just pulled behind me? It feels like they're working on going in that direction. I feel like that needs more time than 2 years, though. But I feel like the decision has been made that that's what they want to do. And now it's like, can we get it there? Is there a serial unaliver in England? 12 that we know of in the last 3 months. State police won't rule it out. Mainly middle-aged women. Oh dear. Is death in reverse unjust death? Greed. Greed. One person. Why? Kind of feels like incel vibes. Like, I don't get to be happy, so I'm making that everyone else's problem. And because I was able to do 1 or 2 and remain undetected, I just kept going. Like, it went from I need to do this to feel something to like, oh, now I can rebuild my whole life on this. I would say yes, honestly. Let me go to this list. Does he think about me sometimes? Tries not to. Yes, but tries not to. Like, when I think about you, I distract myself. Maybe they go to the gym, maybe they do some kind of numbing activities, maybe they journal, maybe they social media scroll. It's like when I think about you, I turn it off, but I do. My bro and I are twins. Any soul info from us? Why? Bro and I are twins. Any soul info? I almost feel like this is the energy of 2 individuals who are repeating an experience of a previous lifetime. This is like, our time got cut short and I promised I'd find you again. You're meant to mirror something in one another that no one else can, which makes sense because twins, right? But like, I don't know, it's almost like a secret box that each of you have that can only be unlocked through understanding yourself through the other. And it's like that got cut short in a previous lifetime. I almost feel like one of you is meant to do something like a speech, a book, something. Like there's something that is important in why an experience had to get cut short and be refought for. Is my son ever going to come around, or is it a wife thing not liking the family? He needs to start to see that the reason that he's being pulled away is because the wife wants to control his focus. It's like once he sees it as that, he'll be able to say, okay, I can a bit detach from this and have both. But it feels like right now he's looking at it as the wife is protecting his best interest, but really she's doing it to control the choices. So when he starts to see it as that, you may see that he starts to either pull away from that dynamic a little bit, or at least test the waters and see what would happen if he started to interact more. In searching G for I, but coming up empty, do my guides suggest to keep looking or wait for it to come to me? Where should I be looking? Do my guides suggest to keep looking? Don't Stop Believing by Journey just started playing 30 seconds ago. Keep searching, yes. But release the outcome. I don't know. It's like there's something to be learned in the process of searching differently. Like this way isn't working. I need to shift. Almost wondering if you're meant to be using your gifts in a different way for this. 5 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles is I built this from the ground up. Where should I be looking? Playing offense, breaking in, lack of fulfillment. Channel it, draw it. You have the answer. You're meant to get the answer from the well within, because there's something that breaks open when you realize you can. I don't think I'm supposed to even give you that answer. I think you need to find it. Channel, draw. Message from my spirit team. Message from my spirit team. This time you didn't run from it, and now they know they can trust you with the next step, because you're not going to run from yourself. You learned, you saw yourself in action, witnessing a thought that would have tripped you up in the past, and you were able to be like, I can observe that, see it for what it is, and keep it moving. That's what you did well here. Message from Josh for mom and a song. Message from Josh for mom. From Josh for mom. What I hope you realize is letting go of grief doesn't mean letting go of me. I'm still with you wherever you go. Letting go of grief doesn't mean letting go of me. He doesn't want her to be sad. He's like, I get it. But at the same time, there's something being missed out on, a lack of. I want to word this as he's saying that happiness is a choice, and on the days when you find it difficult to choose it, imagine that I'm just pushing the button for you and I'm kind of forcing you. Like, you will be happy today. You will take 5 minutes and be happy. Like, almost like sit yourself down in a chair and force yourself to be happy for 5 minutes just so it can restart the momentum. Like, just maybe sit and talk to him for 5 minutes. Like, reset the wheel daily. Who You'd Be Today by Kenny Chesney. Yeah, he's like, I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but I don't want you to miss out on things. And some kind of graduation may be significant. And it was the I Love You card on the bottom of the deck with One Call Away by Charlie Puth. So, like, encouragement to talk to him. Let's get a card from Bill. Prayers for Bill's, for my BIL's family. Brother-in-law. Okay, so not Bill. My brother-in-law's family. If I Could Turn Back Time by Cher. Winter holds a message. This season connects to something unfinished in my story. It's going to be very difficult until the end of the holiday season. It's going to feel like a held breath. But the other side of this is like the I walked up hills both ways thing. So remember him in the happy stories, but also know it's going to be heavy until the end of the year, but then it will start to feel lighter. So it's going to feel like it gets increasingly heavy because the timing of this is difficult, but come the new year, it will start to get lighter. I'm looking for inspiration, but don't know where to look for it. Oh, okay. Okay, so I thought you were looking for something specific. Okay, so I said your intuition, channeled writing, channeled drawing, don't know where to look. "30-day art journal." Channeled art journal. Have no expectations. Just grab some kind of art utensils and a journal with 30 pages at least, and just every day sit there. Don't think, just channel onto the page. Words, pictures, images, paint, marker, pen, whatever you feel like doing. You'll find it's like it opens something. Stool test revealed something wrong. Referred to specialist. Do I have bowel cancer or polyps? I think it's something that is more solvable than bowel cancer. Polyps. Polyps. It feels like something that needs to be broken up, like something that just needs to be refiltered in a different way. It doesn't feel like something that's lasting. Like, it feels like something that there's an abnormality, but then you get something to solve it and it gets solved. Like, it doesn't feel like something where it's this back and forth battle. Yeah, Knight of Wands. It feels like there's quick progress with the right medication or treatment of some kind. I don't think it's anything as serious as that. General messages for the weekend. General messages for the weekend. Balancing out action and reflection. I would say take inspired action because you're going to feel called to do that, but there's also something else where you're going to feel called to sleep on it or wait a minute. Don't just act on everything just because you're acting on one thing. There's going to be something to act on and something to think about. So do that both accordingly. It's your mom who isn't well. That would make sense. So you would be taking on her symptoms because of the empathy. And the Empress was the card. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big yeah. And the Empress was the card that came out, I think. So that would be the mother. Yeah. Yeah, I think you don't feel good because it's psychosomatic. Because even him looking over at the Ace of Cups in reverse, it's like you're being continuously like your life force is being drained from the concern and the empathy. So it's like you're emptying out your cup, and just even if just a drop of her energy gets in there, it feels like that's all you're holding because your cup is empty from the worry and the concern. Yeah, that makes sense. What did I just learn that I didn't notice? The debt of projections don't pull you out of alignment. So other people's truth no longer distorts yours. Like their truth can be theirs, and your truth can be yours, and the two can coexist without you having to put yours down or dim yours. Thank you so much. I would say, hmm. I feel like I was reading energy before cards, and then cards were just how I realized, oh, I can do what I've been doing, but with these, I would say like 7 years ish. Am I moving forward fast enough to reach my goal? Any additional insight needed? Yes. The additional insight is that just because you're moving in the direction of your goal doesn't mean that there's not still going to be hiccups. It's how you recover from them that makes sure that you keep moving and don't start to roll backwards. Will I get a cash buyer or someone without a chain to buy my house? So the star fell in my lap. But then why is that reversed? Will I get a cash buyer or someone without a chain? I feel like it's going to be a situation where I don't know what you mean by not a chain. I'm wondering if you mean like someone who can just buy it without having to have to take out a loan. I feel like this feels like you are going to find someone, but it's more of like a typical buy and sell rather than someone who can just hand over the cash quickly. Thank you. Yeah, I was working on getting all the soundproofing up on one side, so I only had to move it back once. It's finally almost done. What is holding me back most currently? Actually, I want to use the other one. Oh, this is the one where I don't know if it's ice cream or a tree. I think it's a tree. Neglect wound and splitting to spiritual and social. The resistant, I don't want to say fear of being seen because it doesn't feel like you're afraid of it because that tree has roots planted. You know who you are. It's just hesitancy to be received by other people. I feel like that is associated with self-worth. Any message of guidance? Any message of guidance? I feel like there's a need to make a decision of what you want to focus on to rely or connect more with your spiritual side. It's almost like your higher self is knocking at the door and you're like, hold on a second. But then your higher self keeps knocking and you're like, I'm going to take the door off the hinges if you don't stop knocking. I feel like it's because there's some kind of healing that can come in with that version of you. So I feel like maybe meditation or journaling or something that feels like simple but would have a big ripple effect. Any messages from my loved ones? Message in a bottle, and I have that tattoo on my arm, so this may be a parent or a grandparent because my message in a bottle has my parents' handwriting in it. I see now that everything I worried about didn't really matter. Didn't really matter. Maybe a father or grandfather figure. If not, it's pointing towards a mastery of, I almost want to word this like there's a situation where you know you're right, but you're taking the high road. And as difficult as that is, it's bringing you back to yourself. So there's you learned how to ride the bike on your own type of thing. Lean on Me by Bill Withers. It's almost like you can attribute the way that you're able to do this now to this passed over loved one. Like you learned it from them. Should I sell my house and move? Should I sell my house and move? I feel like you should make a pros and cons list, make sure that the pros list outweighs the cons list, and then start to get your ducks in a row and slowly take action. This is like, is it a good idea? Yes, but one, you need to be all the way confident in it, and two, there's not enough planning in place yet. So don't get too far ahead of yourself is how I want to word that. So I feel like your guides want to say, yeah, that's a good idea, but don't try and make it happen by tomorrow. Like it doesn't need to be instant type of thing. Is there conflict happening between everyone that was/is involved in stealing the inheritance? No, because the ringleader is still able to make them all have a common enemy in you. Yeah, that's you. Queen of Wands in reverse. It's like, crap, what's that term? Hold on. Plausible deniability. Like others are kind of able to look at it like, okay, well, there hasn't been all the way evidence that we're wrong yet, so we can still pretend like we're not. It's that. Message from main guide. You're mastering your subconscious mind right now. So as long as you can keep in the energy of I am the observer of my thoughts, I am not my thoughts, you'll pass whatever's testing you right now. One second, I'm scrolling, seeing if there's anyone I didn't get. Am I slowly but surely rewiring my mindset from old beliefs? Yes, every time you consciously say, I don't align with that thought, it's like you're actively still doing this. So I wouldn't word it as slowly but surely. I would word it as every time it comes up, you're addressing it. So it's not that you're being slow, it's that you're addressing it as it comes up. A message of support or action to take from spirit. You gotta feel it. The only way out is through. You'll see what action to take when you show yourself how you're really feeling. I feel like you either need a good cry or you need a good, like, talking it out with yourself session. It's almost like there's this full cup inside, and at the bottom of this cup, spirit wrote the answer. You just need to empty out the cup real quick. And I feel like the cup is emotions that have been long overdue to be released. Is the insurance payout for my daughter's car wreck fair? Is the insurance payoff fair? I would say yes. I don't feel like you're going to be able to get more. That's why I pulled that clarifier. I don't feel like you're going to be able to get more. I feel like it's the max that you're going to be able to get. Message from A. The road forward may be uncertain, but it's still yours to walk. What I didn't understand before was that fear held me back more than anything else. Your perspective is what's going to free you right now. Your perspective on yourself and your perspective on if it didn't work out before, it was because something better is coming in to take its place. So I'm not going to blame or shame myself for that. Please give me what I'm ready to hear with a token. A little growth seed, but it also kind of looks like a dolphin, honestly. So growth or dolphin? Oh, dolphin. You're traveling down this little stream and it's about to empty out into like a bigger body of water. So essentially, get ready to take up more space. Three of Pentacles is like you are expanding externally because you've connected internally. You planted the seed and you're about to see it sprout. Do I have another grandchild who I've never met? What is the birth month? How can I find him and her? Do I have another grandchild who I've never met? Clarity on a disconnection from what? Plans falling apart through pain. I'm almost wondering if there was some kind of adoption here. So it might be difficult to find this. Or if it's not that, it's like there's some kind of disconnection in records. So it wouldn't be as straightforward to find the records. I don't know what that means. I feel like you may need to word of mouth in order to figure out what even to look into. Should my fiance find a new job? 1 second. The sun fell on the floor. Huh. Oh, yeah. The sun fell on the floor because it's like his talents or skill set could be used somewhere else better. This is travel, and this is like a reignition of passion. So it just feels like he's being drained right now, and it's going to stay that way. It's in his power to change it to something that would not drain him. that way. 54th birthday message. Happy birthday. Token and a song. It's a giraffe, I think. Or the Eiffel Tower. I think it's a giraffe. Okay, so giraffe can see over fences and things. What are you going to be able to, what fence are you seeing over this year for your birthday? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's you seeing over the fence that you couldn't see over before. Allow yourself to engage in creative pursuits, whether that's, it almost feels like creative intelligence, like a new book series, a new thing to learn about. It's like there's a gift you give to yourself that when you do, it keeps expanding. Call on Me by Shirley. It's giving darkest before the dawn vibes. Is there a romance on the horizon and any details? Mm-hmm. With yourself. I feel like right now you're meant to fall in love with your own mind again because people have weaponized it for so long that it's almost like you're low key at odds with yourself, even though you're also not. And you're a little confused because you're like, I'm not, but I am. I feel like it's almost this, I need to deprogram others fearing my mind from influencing me to fear my mind. I need to pour into myself again. I feel like it's just needing to spend time with yourself right now, recalibrating your energy to your environment. Our timeline jumps a common event in the current history of the world. I believe yes, but let's see what the cards say. The cards also say yes. Yeah. When things reach a point of not no return, but like, okay, they've gotten to this extent of misalignment, time to jump, time to put in a new lesson. Starting my own YouTube channel is the direction I should be going. Will it be around tarot, mediumship, or general? Ah. Is starting it the direction you should be going? Yes, especially because it's putting you into a position where you kind of have to be seen. You can't avoid being seen and be making a channel. Will it be around reading, mediumship, general? I feel like you start in general because this is the competition, and then you find a way to single yourself out. So start general and figure out what the audience that you're growing likes best. Don't let your ice cream melt while you're busy counting someone else's sprinkles. So focus on you and not what everybody else is doing. Figure out what works for the one that you're building, the channel you're building. Connection or relationship between me and Brad. Testing the waters. It's like intellectual stimulation but emotional avoidance, and it's like I'm dipping my toes in type of thing. Don't know what to expect yet. Unsteady by the ex-ambassadors. Sarah, hey girl, hey. I'm still laughing about that video with the dog. I laughed for like 25 minutes. Nobody talks about how hard it is to unlearn all the toxic behaviors we've adapted as a coping mechanism from the trauma and pain endured. You are not alone. Sarah helps everyone take this scribble and unscribble it, so that's perfect. What is the vibe for the USA for the rest of the year? What is the vibes? This house don't feel like home is what the song just said. People who like drama are going to get their fill of it, is how I want to word this. That's the vibes. Stirring the pot to give drama as a distraction on a big scale, on a wide scale. What wound should I work on clearing? Where did I put that? What wound should I work on clearing? A fear of change, resistance or anxiety towards new experiences. Finding a different way to not hold others' energy. Sorry, I was making sure my cat could get out because their automatic feeder went off and she was trying to shove her head into the door. Anyway, I don't know, maybe doing some kind of different literal energy clearing, different meditation, thinking outside of the box. It's like needing to find a different way to put down energy that you've been carrying for a long time. What is the current energy? What do I need to know? You did some reparenting of yourself. Now you're about to see it in action. So it's like you get an experience where you're like, okay, I did heal. So that experience might kind of be frustrating, but it also gives you clarity on no longer waiting for things to just be pulled backwards. So it's like an uncomfortable realization of healing is coming. One second. I've always wanted to write a book. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Blackbird by the Beatles is playing. All your life you've been waiting for this moment to arrive. Oh, yes. I'd say yes. You had to walk away from not being heard, understood. Oh. It's not time yet, but it's like start to plan the foundation of what that would look like. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, though, but it is something that deserves a little bit of attention. Is there a message from Hattie for me? Does she understand how I felt? It's kind of like I understand how you are describing that, but there's like a different understanding. Like I experience those emotions differently, but I understand your acknowledgement of them. So it feels like there's some commonality. There's not any malice or anything. It's just like I'm trying to understand to the best of my ability. My best friend just called sobbing because she's missing her mom so much. She lost her a month ago. Is there any message or song? Would she be trying to do like a comic relief because I don't have my mediumship playlist on and the song that just came on is Way Up by Ryan Oakes? Like, I'm way up here. I'm all the way up here. Don't worry, I'm all the way up here from my heavenly vantage point. You can't always get what you want by the Rolling Stones. She's like, I'm having a great time up here, but I'm also very aware that it really stinks for everyone who's down there missing me. So, like, I'm trying to express my happiness and my joy to you without having it feeling like I'm bragging. Is kind of how I want to word that. She's like, I don't want to brag, but I'm having a great time up here. Um, I need you to trust that the things you let go of will be replaced with something greater. And she's really speaking heavily through music. So maybe making a playlist that has a bunch of songs that would remind her of her in like a positive way. Um, I feel like there's some fear around I don't feel her yet. I'm not seeing her as much as I expected to. I feel this disconnection. And there's a need to process everything that happened in like a whirlwind. So she's there. I feel like music is the way that your friend can feel her mom best right now through just like the right word through music at the right time. What positives and challenges are coming my way next? It's like you're getting to make a decision where you thought that something was just set. Like you're realizing, oh, I can choose A or B instead of just having to go on this one set path here. And it feels like that gives you the freedom of choice in other areas of your life as well. It feels like this is both a challenge and a positive thing because it's testing your ability to stand 10 toes down on self trust. I feel like money is the reason I hate this feeling. Not that it's not money, but could it also be spite? Like, if I can't get the last word in a way that's impactful in another way, I'm going to get the last word this way through my actions and the way I make people feel. It's kind of given that. Has Anna groomed Karina to not like us? It's more like to has Anna groomed Karina? So Karina would have been made to feel distrusting or uneasy of your intentions. Like, oh, be careful with them, or be careful, they might flip this or that. It's like distrust, it's like vulnerability. And with the star, it may be that, oh, they'll gossip or they'll say this, or be careful with your secrets. It's like that kind of thing. Will I be able to make a living off of my private practice as of next year, or how long until I can give up my current job? Next year's what, 2026? I feel like in between 2026 and 2028, probably like in between 2027 and 2028. I feel like it's going to be a little bit longer than you'd like, but I feel like you are going there. It's just there's some learning curves or something along those lines. Is there something underlying with my mom's balance and hearing? Doctor won't look deeper. imbalance, and hearing. It's kind of giving imbalanced hearing, actually. Like I'm not hearing as well on one side as the other, and that's causing this other imbalance, like a forced vertigo or something. I don't know how else to word that. It does feel like there's something though. When overcompensation, when something isn't working well and the other side starts to overcompensate, it's that, and that's causing a deeper imbalance, it feels like. I think you're right about something though. Like you said something out loud or in your mind, you were on to something. I don't know what it was though. My kids will be traveling to Mexico with their father in a couple months. Will the trip go smoothly? Anything to worry about? I feel like you may be frustrated with the communication. Like the father might not, I don't know if it's like telling you what they're doing or sharing memories and stuff with you, like pictures and stuff. I don't know. It just feels like you're kind of let down by a lack of communication, but it doesn't feel like anything goes wrong. Um, yeah, nothing goes wrong. It's you're just kind of like, why can't I know more? Why I want a little bit more of this experience. Give me a little bit more type of thing. Is the star falling into your lap a sign that my sale will be my wish? Not necessarily, but it's a divine timing sign. It's like you'll get the one that you'll know is the right offer at the timing that makes sense. Like it might not be your ultimate wish, but it's going to make sense. Like, okay, this must be a sign from spirit because this is happening at this time, which means this. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah, that's gonna be that list in September. I don't know if I'm getting any videos out until Gavin's back in school, to be honest. But in September, I will be back, fully back. Details on how others weaponized my brain. Stopping you from being able to use it fully. This could be getting ahead of you for other opportunities. This could be not mentioning your name when there was an opportunity for you. This could be making you question yourself, making you doubt maybe pattern recognition or something like that. It's like just trying to kind of stop you from being able to expand fully. Thank you. Let's get one of these for you. What wound do you need to focus on? Moral injury and existential despair. It's giving something not being as bad as like your brain scanned it and you were like, that's going to be really difficult to deal with. And as you're starting to deal with it, you're like, okay, it's not as hard as I thought, but it must be about to get harder. And it's not. It's like, I guess it kind of goes back to not waiting for the other shoe to drop in a sense of like emotions. Ooh, my nails is stuck. I do two more and then I have to go feed my child. Anything else on the horizon for me? Other areas? It's like as you continue to not engage with things that would bring you into past energy, all of a sudden you find yourself kind of in the midst of this rebirth where you're like, how did I get here? Almost like waking up one day and you're 3 steps ahead of where you thought you'd be. And it's almost like it happened all at once, but also spread out. So I guess I'd say all that to say just keep putting in consistent effort because it is going to pay off. All right, everyone, I'm going to hop off. I had announcements and I don't remember what any of them were. Everyone remember that if you have a copy of the blueprint until August 31st, I'm running that very big giveaway. So if you just go and leave a review on Amazon, it can be for the Kindle version, paperback version, or hardback version. And everyone who leaves a review is going to be entered into the really big giveaway. I forget what's in the giveaway, but you can go watch the video. I have very exciting news for everyone who's still here. I do have a second version of the Whispers of the Unsolved deck on its way to me now. It is called Echoes of the Unsolved. And that should be in stock by the end of September. It's 180 new cards in a box. I'm very excited for that. I need to go eat. I just got very hungry. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you for being here.